young man fighting for his life after a drive-by shooting.
So we want you to show you where this happened. It was the scene just a short time ago at a home on Flanders Avenue near Stonewall Flanders Elementary off of I-35 South. Police are saying that a man who's around 19 or 20 years old was standing in his driveway when someone drove by and shot him in the head. He was rushed to the hospital, and right now he's in critical condition.
Officers do not have a suspect, but they say the shooter was in a gray sedan. Right now they are speaking with witnesses to get a better idea of exactly what happened. And
while they do that, we're going to continue to follow up on this story. So stay with us on air and online as we work to get you more information.
Let's go now to record-breaking temperatures that we've been seeing across the viewing area.
Seeing and feeling. Meteorologist Adam Caskey joins us now with more. Adam.
Yeah, not just air temperatures, but also the record-breaking heat index value in San Antonio. Sound familiar? Yeah, last week on Thursday, we had an all-time record heat index value. Today, we broke it. It felt like 117 this afternoon in San Antonio when you factored in the humidity on top of our heat. That's the highest heat index reading we've ever had, and those records go back to 1946. That was at 3:30 p.m. we hit that. Not only that, our actual air temperature, the true air temperature, 105. That was a record for the day by 2 degrees. Not only here was it a record high temperature, Del Rio, 113 for the air temperature today. Not just a high for the day, but the hottest temperature on record in Del Rio today. We're going to be dealing with the heat high, but luckily some more storm chances are coming into the picture. We'll take a look at that, talk about the odds of those storms, and talk more about the heat in just a bit.
Adam, thank you. All right, we got the point. It's hot, but today's temperatures are really off the charts. We reached a heat index of 117 degrees, and that breaks the record for San Antonio.
It makes you feel for those who may not have shelter to get out of this extreme heat. The night team's John Paul Barajas spoke with people at Haven for Hope to see how they are helping. John Paul joins us live now. John Paul, I know Haven employees go out and search for people in extreme cold. Are they actually out on the streets looking for people in the extreme heat as well?
Steve, Stephania, it's the same exact case, whether it's freezing or as hot as it was today. It's dangerous if you're not properly taking care of yourself. And as you mentioned, some of the most vulnerable population are those experiencing homelessness.
We're going out daily during this heat wave and staying out longer and checking on folks, making sure they're okay. We might check on people 2 to 3 times a day, whereas before in regular weather, we're checking on them once a day.
Terry Bailing with Haven for Hope explains community outreach is one of the most important things they do to help get people off the streets and into shelter. When temps drop or rise dramatically, it can be the difference between life and death for some. She adds those who do accept help receive access to showers, 3 meals a day, and a place to sleep.
We do have space available. We've been running over our main capacity for the last year and a half. So we're averaging about 1,650 a day of clients that are sleeping at Haven for Hope.
Now, Bailing says if you want to help out and donate, you can do so by accessing their Amazon wish list on our website. That way you can just donate from the comfort of your home. We don't have to go out and drop off anything or buy anything. And if you know someone who does have shelter but just might not have the best air conditioning and is still getting very hot with these dramatically high temperatures, don't forget about all the libraries and community centers that the city and county are utilizing as cooling centers. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Open any way you can. Thank you, John Paul. Well, a man's vehicle shot at while he's driving on Interstate 10. And the question now is why? This happened just before 5 this afternoon. The victim told San Antonio police he was on I-10 West going over Wurzbach Road when someone drove up and started shooting. The man wasn't hit by any of those bullets, but his windows were shattered, causing the glass to hit him. He was taken to the hospital as a precaution. Right now, that suspect's still on the run.
A 75-year-old man is dead after investigators say that he got into a shootout with law enforcement at his home. Now let's tell you what happened. It was yesterday afternoon, about an hour and 15 minutes from San Antonio up in Mountain Home. That's where Kerr County deputies and DPS troopers went to a home for a welfare check. And when they got there, they say the man threatened them if they didn't leave his property. Police say the man then fired shots at the officers, who shot back. DPS says that it's unclear at this point if the officer shot the man or if he shot himself. No officers were injured, but the man has not yet been identified.
A love triangle murder trial, 6 years in the making, now underway in San Antonio. Guadalupe Contreras accused of killing his wife, Elizabeth, and he could face up to life in prison if he's convicted. The first witness testimony revealed that love triangle involved Elizabeth's first husband, Joe Munoz. Munoz was called to the stand to speak about his relationship with his ex-wife and how she had moved back in with him and their daughter when she separated from Contreras in 2017. He recalled the night of her killing, she told him she had to go pick up her work schedule and speak with her supervisor. She never came home.
I woke up to notice that Elizabeth hadn't gotten home yet, so I got concerned.
Testimony continues tomorrow afternoon. Complete coverage of this trial can, of course, be found on our website, KSAT.com.
More than 100 people in New Braunfels are back home, and they are ready for a full night's sleep after a chemical leak forced them out of their homes last night. We told you about this on the Nightbeat. Fire officials say that an ammonia leak inside the New Braunfels Smokehouse food production plant forced people out of that area. That was around 9 o'clock last night. Police stood watch while firefighters went in. They took care of the ammonia leak. And finally, at around 6 o'clock this morning, people got the all clear to return home. But it's unclear at this point when that plant is going to reopen.
The two boys taken to the hospital after the car they were in crashed into this home. Police said the boy's father lost control of the car, drove into a house near Bandera Road and Texas Avenue. Investigators say the boys ages 5 and 15 had non-life-threatening injuries, but they were taken to the hospital as a precaution. Right now, police say the father may have suffered from a medical episode causing him to lose control of the vehicle.
They want the Nightbeat. Full-time employees at Harlandale ISD are about to get more money. The district school board approved a list of raises for the upcoming school year during last night's meeting. So now the minimum starting salary for teachers will be $58,000. Bus drivers will see an increase in the minimum pay from $15.90 to $19 an hour. And bilingual math and science teachers are going to get more stipend money. You can read more about those pay raises at Harlandale right now on KSAT.com.
The wife of the now suspended Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton releasing a statement about her husband's upcoming trial. State Senator Angela Paxton says Texas law compels each member of the Senate to attend, and she will, quote, carry out her duties, end quote. She will apparently vote in her husband's Senate trial. Ken Paxton faces allegations of abusing his office's powers, retaliating against whistleblowers, and obstructing justice, among other charges. He has denied any wrongdoing and has railed against this investigation. The trial, the impeachment trial, will start by August 28th, will be presided over by Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. If Paxton is ultimately acquitted by the Senate, not found guilty, he would be reinstated as Attorney General.
Now let's talk about Austin. Yeah, state lawmakers and Governor Greg Abbott passed more than 1,100 bills during this last legislature. The majority of them become law in September, but several of those are already in effect. Yeah,
the new laws addressed a wide range of issues like street racing, school safety, education, and public transportation. For a closer look at some of the new laws hitting the books, you can find the story on our website, KSAT.com.
All right, now let's talking about something that really everyone's watching. An international armada of first responders are in a race against time. They are searching for a tourist submarine that vanished en route to the Titanic wreckage over the weekend.
Yeah, 5 people are in OceanGate Expeditions submersible. That's what they're calling it. A sub. There's a little more than a day's worth of oxygen left inside of that sub, apparently. U.S. Coast Guard officials say they have swept 10,000 square miles. No signs of the lost sub, known as the Titan. And they're planning on using as much equipment as possible to find the missing submarine.
There are ongoing operations right now via the U.S. Navy and Transcom to get equipment staged in St. John's and to get it on scene. I can't give you an exact timeline of when that's going to happen. What I can tell you is there is a full court press effort to get equipment on scene as quickly as we can.
Yeah, the problem is time and oxygen is running out. The Canadian Coast Guard, as well as U.S. military planes on hand today for their part of the search. It's still ahead on the Nightbeat, battling fires while beating the heat. How firefighters in San Antonio are overcoming this heat wave to still get the job done. Plus, they are burnt out on the industry. Some veterinarians are saying enough is enough. why they're leaving a field so many of us depend on. Next. They care deeply for our pets, so much so that some of them are burning out.
It's something called compassion fatigue, and lots of veterinarians are feeling it. As the Night Team's Patty Santos explains, it's a lingering effect from the pandemic.
Miss Callie, are you ready, good girl? Good girl. Oh, nice big stretch, huh? Nice big stretch. Good girl.
Leah Shannon, lead veterinarian at Alamo Ranch Animal Hospital, says pet ownership boomed during the pandemic.
Good girl. Let's take a listen to you, huh? Let's take a listen.
And now it's pushing those in her industry to the brink.
Where I may have previously only seen maybe 15 patients in a day, now I'm routinely seeing 30 patients in a day.
More pets in a household and more family time at home to pick up on problems has led to a surge in demand for vets. Shannon says the limited number of vet schools can't keep up with the demand now and will struggle in the future.
We are seeing, a large group of doctors getting ready to retire and sell their practices.
Good boy, Ricky. Some vets point to social media harassment, unreasonable clients, mounting student debt, even staffing shortages as just some of the challenges that are adding to their mental stress, anxiety, and depression.
We're setting those boundaries for our own health and our own ability to provide care, and we're setting that also for patient safety.
Dr. Shannon says the demand for vets will spike again as those COVID pups start to age.
Probably in 10 years, as these dogs start to reach their more geriatric ages, I would maybe foresee the demand for vet care going up.
For now, she asks clients for compassion and understanding as they look out for your furry family members.
We are doing everything we can to take care of them and take care of us.
Patty Santos.
Good boy. I know, bud. I know.
KSAT 12 News.
So let's talk about the heat, because we can't talk about it enough, right? The heat is forcing the San Antonio Fire Department to make some adjustments, and we saw that on Sunday when 17 units showed up to what would normally just be a routine structure fire.
Yeah, that's far more than normal, but so many responded so that firefighters could rotate out. It's how they deal with the heat. Today we learned firefighters in full gear can safely only spend about 5 to 10 minutes battling fires. But there's more than fires that are becoming tough to beat in this humidity.
It's when you're working grass fires, when you're on the highway, on the concrete, working automobile accidents, when you're dealing with medical calls, you're outside for an extended period of time. That's when it really weighs in.
Got to take care of each other. The crews you'll see this summer will likely be accompanied by medics that are on site to administer water, IV fluids, and cold towels.
All right, now we're going to take a live look outside. Our live cam right there, 92 degrees. Oh boy, yeah, 10:15 right now, and we were talking about the heat just now. Now we got to discuss storms.
Yeah, we had some welcomed rainfall in parts of the hill country the past couple of days, and even this afternoon and early evening, drought-stricken parts of Edwards County and northern Rial County, we had some downpours. It did come with some localized hail, but at least we had some good rain. We're talking 2 to 3.5 inches estimated by the Doppler radar in these yellow areas just outside of the city of Rock Springs. Now, this is important because we're getting into a pattern here where I think we have more opportunities the next couple of days, and not just in the hill country, but we could get some relief from the heat in the form of late day rainfall and storms, even in San Antonio. So let's talk about it. Here's a look at the evolution of the storms today. I-10 southward from the Junction area all the way down toward Rock Springs, and then in West Texas as well. So the upper level heat high, which is unusually strong, that's pressing down on us, giving us our heat, is centered just to the west of San Antonio. We're talking northern Mexico here, just south of Big Bend National Park, basically. So with the clockwise flow around it, that puts us in this north and northwesterly flow aloft, which can help us out when it comes to some afternoon and evening thunderstorms. And I think that's what we're going to get into the next couple of evenings. Just for the next few, then that high is going to shift around. But take a look at our future cast. More of the same for the first majority, I'd say 2/3 of the day tomorrow. And then by the afternoon, we start to see some development likely in the hill country. This is just one computer model representation. The main point is it's on board with more development starting in the hill country in the afternoon and then starting to work its way southward in the evening hours, and then potentially even making it to San Antonio and surrounding communities tomorrow evening around sunset and even a few hours thereafter. I've got a 40% chance from 5 p.m. through midnight tomorrow. So we boosted those odds just a little bit. Cross your fingers for your neighborhood. If you don't get it tomorrow, you could get some soakers by Thursday afternoon and evening at 30%. Then look at Friday, 10%. Saturday, Sunday, next week, 0%, because that upper level heat high moves in a different spot and is a little bit more centrally located on top of us, as if we're not already feeling it. Check out the highest heat index, the calculation of temperature and humidity to give us that feels like temperature. It's not a direct measurement, but it's a really long drawn out equation from research that gives you the feels like temperature, and NOAA's been using it since 1990. 117 here in town at New Braunfels had a heat index of 123 briefly earlier today. Del Rio did feel like 120 as well. 92 right now, dew point of 70, 99 still in Cotulla, just barely under triple digits even in Laredo at 98. 85 though in Kerrville, 82 Bernie, 88 in Bulverde. Temperatures slowly dropping off, and really one of the big culprits here isn't just the heat and the heat high, but it's these dew points giving us those unusually high heat index values, dew points well into the 70s. Now, typically, we see these dew points fall off more drastically in the afternoon, but we haven't been experiencing that, and I attribute that to our rainfall that we had, the significant rains, April and May, and the lush foliage giving us a lot of humidity in the air, adding to that humidity. But we'll slowly chip away at it as the ground dries out. We'll see lower afternoon dew points. It's just proving to take some time. Feels like temperatures, 102 now, still Hondo at this time, and Pleasanton feels 105. San Antonio still feels like it's 98 degrees, still dealing with that mugginess and the feels like temperature. Tomorrow we'll start the day at 80, 104 for the high temperature, so similar to today, some record challenging heat. It's going to feel like it's 115. Basically anywhere from 110 to 120 across the KSAT 12 viewing area will be the heat index or the feels like temperature. And there's that 40% chance, 5 p.m. through midnight tomorrow. Actual air temperatures, Del Rio, you could tie it. Again, 113 is the forecast. Cotulla 112, even Canyon Lake 101, Kerrville about 105 tomorrow. And as a rule of thumb here, it's going to feel like it's 5 to 10 degrees warmer than the actual air temperature when you factor in this unusually high humidity. And triple digits, that's going to be the trend at or slightly above 100 all the way through the weekend and into next week.
I miss when we were in the 80s trend.
With rain every day.
Wasn't that nice? Yeah. All right, RJ joins us for sports right now, and you know, the Yankees are known as the Bronx Bombers.
Yes.
They met the French phenom tonight,
Ooh,
RJ.
I like that. Yeah, guys, Wendbanyama, of course, sweeping the states along the East Coast. The Whirlwind Week continues for the Spurs' likely top pick. So he visited Yankee Stadium tonight to throw out the first pitch and show off some of the skills on a diamond. And like a Broadway show, there were a lot of reviews. We'll show you what that first pitch looked like here in just a bit. And the San Antonio Gunslingers now know who they will play next after their upcoming opponent was kicked out of the league. Sports is coming up right after the break.
I'm going to do the first pitch. I hope I'm going to be good.
You're not nervous at all, are you?
No, I'm not. But I'm confident.
Wemby is making the rounds in New York, and tonight he got to throw out the first pitch at the Mariners at Yankees game. Victor Wendbanyama, that is, making the rounds in the Big Apple before the NBA draft this Thursday in Brooklyn. The French star and likely Spurs top pick was at Yankee Stadium tonight to throw out the first pitch of the game between the Yankees and Mariners. And get this, he posted this photo of him holding a baseball on his Instagram account. Yes, this is incredible. Look at this. This is a regulation-sized baseball that looks like a golf ball in Victor Wembanyama's hand. So he also took to batting practice before taking to the mound for that first pitch. Here's how it all looked.
All right, guys, here we go. 7-4.
Oh, boy.
Let's see. Oh.
No.
All right, so he was a little confident there, but didn't seem to go very well. It sounded like he even got some boos there, and you know that it would throw like that. Likely going to hear it from the fans there in New York. So some reaction to Wemby's first pitch. Many websites were posting that, in the words of Bob Uecker, it was just a bit outside. The MLB Network joked that maybe he should stick to basketball. All right, and we'll get to hear from Victor Wembanyama during an exclusive interview tomorrow with ABC's Robin Roberts. This is taking place tomorrow morning. Robin sat down with Wembanyama a few weeks ago in Paris as he prepared for his move to the U.S. and, of course, the NBA draft. So she posted these pictures right here of her and the top pick after the Spurs had just won the NBA draft lottery. Here's a preview of that one-on-one conversation.
How do you deal with the pressure that goes along with the anticipation of you?
I have such high expectations from myself, and I'm so determined that the expectations of others are nothing compared to what I expect of myself. So I really got my goals inside, and it's just nothing can disturb me from it. So it's not that hard to deal with it.
All right, can't wait to hear more from Victor Wembanyama. You could see more with Robin Roberts and Wembanyama tomorrow on Good Morning America right here on KSAT 12. And our live reports from Brooklyn will begin tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Larry Ramirez is going to be there. Thursday, we have got you covered with extended draft coverage. You can also watch the draft live right here on KSAT 12. And less than a week ago, former NFL star and team owner Antonio Brown threw a wrench into the National Arena League's schedule. So he failed to pay a fine by the league for the comments he made. So the NAL kicked his team, the Albany Empire, out of the league. The San Antonio Gunslingers were scheduled to play Albany this weekend at the Freeman Coliseum. Today, we finally heard what the plan is to continue the regular season schedule. The Gunslingers will now host the West Texas Warbirds for a second week in a row. Saturday's game will kick off at 6 o'clock. It's also Star Wars night. That's pretty cool there. The first 500 fans through the doors will get a free lightsaber. You can also buy one ticket at full price and get the next ticket at 50% off. And coming up next, TCU takes care of business in the College World Series. We'll be right back.
0-1. Fontenelle flares it behind short into center, and it drops down.
TCU taking care of business today at the College World Series in Omaha, facing the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles for the second time in 5 days. The Horned Frogs led early and never looked back, leading 4-0 in the fifth inning. With 2 on, San Antonio's own and Clark High School alum Anthony Silva singles to left field. 2 runs come in to extend the lead to 6-0. TCU wins this one 6-1. The Horned Frogs will now play tomorrow at 1 p.m. San Antonio time, where they will be facing the number 2 team, Florida Gators. And congrats to the Missions outfielder Tirso Ornelas, for he was named the Texas League Player of the Week by Major League Baseball. Last week against Amarillo, he batted .520 and hit 4 home runs and hit 3 doubles. He also drove in 14 runs and scored 9 times. Ornelas is the second Missions player to win a weekly award from Major League Baseball this season. And let's go ahead and see how the Missions did in their series opener against Midland. Not a great start there. This is the last week of the first half of the season here at the Texas League. They fall to the Midland Rockhounds 7-4 out there at Wolf Stadium.
Hit better than 500.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That'll get you Player of the Week.
Very impressive. And how about this, guys? I saw a reaction from you guys when you saw this photo. Adam said you don't want to see him hold hail, right, Adam?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be hard to, basically.
It would all look like dime size.
Yeah, you wouldn't get a real representation of what,
Pretty cool stuff, guys.
Yeah, we'll be right back after this. You know what? I can't believe it, but it's about that time. We can get ready to rodeo San Antonio. Yes, tickets for the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo's 75th anniversary are going to go on sale tomorrow morning.
I'd take some rodeo weather right now. The sale begins at 10 a.m. Just look for this article on KSAT.com. It's got everything you need to get those tickets.
Now, the event is going to use a brand new logo to commemorate the 75th anniversary. The rodeo is going to be held from February 8th through the 24th, 2024 at the AT&T Center Fairgrounds.
All right, quick look. Tropical storm Brett in the Atlantic headed into the Caribbean later this week, likely remaining a tropical storm before fully falling apart. Look at that beautiful shot from Woodlawn Lake. Storms in the hill country.
Good night.